Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh to all students. So today we will continue again on the concept of social business from our last discussion in my previous lecture. Today is chapter 6. So I continue my elaboration on the understanding of the concept of social business. So you have to refer to the slide on the concept of social business. So from the first slide, okay, the inherent flaws in the market system alerted the public on the need for new thinking to uphold the noble values and social elements in the operation of a business entity. So since business operation and the market system, especially the capitalist market system, just focus on the profit earn, profit gain, profit maximization. So there is a trend to uphold a noble values and social elements, and how to include the social elements in the business for this today's environment and today's living. So it results to the concept of corporate social responsibility. As you already know, there is corporate social responsibility, and they thinking how to contribute back to the society. And also there's also a social awareness, there is a social responsiveness, and also the business ethics that aims to restore and emphasis into the social element of the business operation, because otherwise there is not really a big concern to the society, the problem, the poor, the one that has no means of living. So from there, the application of the concept of CSR is being introduced, but sometimes it still put profit as the main goal in the operating business entity, because the concept of social responsibility, corporate social responsibility, sometimes have a big profit motive, because sometimes whenever the big corporation, the big company do the work of the CSR, they want the tax exemption, and sometimes because they want to portray a good, corporate stand in the public because of the other business opportunity. So the profit motive serve as an element of investment attraction into the company as well, and guarantee the continuity of the business entity. And sometimes because they want to give a good picture, and also to try to attract more investors because of the CSR job. So in fact, efforts to implement CSR has been done selectively with only a small amount of the investment located for this purpose. And sometimes it has been done in a very small amount of money, involves small amount of money, and also selective to only a few entity of the community or the orphanage home. So for example, a company may allocate only 2% of its total profits to social project of CSR, and the rest are placed to enhance shareholders' values of the company. So sometimes the motive behind the involvement of the companies in CSR has been driven by the goal of tax relief, and where it is still a motive of self-interest of the company. So the real motive, to help the society, the poor people in the society, is nowhere to be seen. So therefore, a new element to be expressed in the domain of business operations are conducted through the concept of social enterprise and social business, where the social element as first priority, followed by profit goals next. So it is an alternative model that could be adopted by NGOs in the fight for a social objective proactively and in a long-term planning. So this one has been, introduced many years ago, and they are increasingly, improved, and also many, not only NGOs, many enterprises as well try to maximize the benefit to the society. So what does it mean? What does it mean, the social business and a social enterprise? And what is the difference between a social business and social enterprise? Because there's supposed to be a difference between a social business and social enterprise. So this is where student has to really understand what is the difference of the meaning and how the platform of the social business and social enterprise has been done. Okay, social business is a term coined by Professor Muhammad Yunus. Professor Muhammad Yunus is a very well-known professor from Bangladesh, and he has won a Nobel Peace Laureate and a founder of the Grameen Bank in Bangladesh. So, Professor Yunus defined social business as a non-dividend company created to solve a social problem. So like an NGO, it has a social mission, but like a business, it generates its own revenues to cover its costs, while investors may recover their investment or further profits are reinvested into the same or other social businesses. So this is the definition of the social business, whereby it has been founded by the social business founder, Professor Muhammad Yunus. And I will explain more on Prof. Yunus' activities and also what he already successfully done in the Grameen Bank. So in other words, a social business is a special kind of social enterprise that does not provide dividends to investors. So the key idea behind a social business is that investors might be able to recover the amount of money they initially invested in the social business, but they will not be able to profit from an investment in the business. So social business is purely to help the poor people that want to do some businesses, small businesses. Some want to sell something, want to make some cakes, for example, and to sell to the community, but they do not have any capital at all. So there is some investors that have some extra money to help the poor. So they fund the money in the business, but they will not able to get any profit, with the intention that they want to really help the society, the poor people, and they do not need to gain the profit, but they can have back their money that they invest originally. So for example here, Prof. Yunus is a project inventor of Grameen Bank in Bangladesh. Grameen Bank was founded in 1976 to create a difference from the current conventional loans to the poor due to three things. So, Grameen Bank is a very famous bank in Bangladesh that provide a loan for the poor people in Bangladesh. And whenever I mention the poor in Bangladesh, means that with the currency, with their condition, they are really a poor people. So, what is the three different things rather than from conventional bank? What Prof. Yunus introduced here, number one, he designed a system that allows the financing of a loan paid by the borrower without defaults. Because sometimes in the conventional bank, people taking the loans from the bank, but sometimes they are not able to pay and they are the defaulter because they cannot earn enough money for that particular month, for example. So sometimes the loan is default because they do not able to pay and they do not have a capacity to pay. So what Prof. Yunus introduced is he designed a system that allows the financing of a loan paid by the borrower without default. Means that the amounts that the borrower have to pay back is something that is capable by the borrower to be paid every month without default. Number two, eligible applicants are limited to the poorest villages and landless. So this is something very different from the conventional bank, because the conventional bank will not allow the loan to be given to the poorest villages and landless, because of course logically who are the poor that are able have capacity to pay back the loan after the bank given the loan. But this is something different that Prof. Yunus introduced, that the eligible applicants are limited only for the poorest villages and the landless, the poorest of the poor. So this is something very, very different. So and number 3, the loans to the poor woman, not only economically but also from a social angle. And the loan, most of the lender is a poor woman, poor mother, not only from the economical support but also from the social support. So they support, after they given the loan, they support the woman, take care of how the business or whatever the small business that they form work. So they pay a visit, consultation, advice and everything. Okay, next slide. So the concept of social business, founded by Muhammad Yunus through the establishment of Grameen Bank in Bangladesh, is a search beyond the conventional boundaries. So a social business is to solve social problems through business approach that includes the creation and sale of products and services. So this is something different, something really a profound establishment by Prof. Yunus. Okay, whereby a social business is to solve a social problems through business approach that includes the creation and sale of products and services. So let's go deeper to what is the type of social business introduced by Prof. Yunus. So in social business introduced by Prof. Yunus, there are two types. Type 1 social business and type 2 social business. So what is the difference between type 1 and type 2 social business? Okay, let's go together. Type 1 social business is investors contribute funds into the company and all proceeds benefit the company used for the purpose of raising and expanding social business. No dividend is given to the owner of the capital, and this is known as social business type 1. So it means what? For example, if I have money, so I want to give some of my money to the more poorer people in the community. And these poor people, they want to form a business or expand their business. So whenever they selling products, selling services, they have the profit. But the profit is not for me as the money investor, no. But the profit is used to expand the business for the business owner. But I, as the one who invests my money in this business, do not gain anything. It's just my social obligation to help the community. Okay, let's go to the social business type 2. So what does it mean of the social business type 2? Social business type 2 is a business entity owned by the poor also, either directly or indirectly. They can take the profit for their use in a form of direct dividend or indirect benefits. And this form is known as social business type 2. So in type 2, the business entity owned by the poor people. So it means that even though the money is contributed by the investors, but the business owned by themselves. For example, let's say the makcik selling the fried banana, goreng pisang. So the stall belong to the makcik. The business also belong to the makcik selling goreng pisang. And whenever she profited the business weekly or monthly, all the profit is belong to her, so that she can use the profit for her sustainable of her life and her family, and at the same time the profit also can be used to grow her business. And this form is known as a social business type 2. Okay, we will discuss further of the type 1 and type 2 business after this. Okay, the similarity and the differences of social business type 1 and type 2. Both have a specific owner and aim at solving social problem faced. Type 1 also to solve the social problem of the poor, and the same as type 2. However, in social business type 1, investors will not get any profit, dividends, or other forms of financial benefits. Social business type 1 is somewhat similar to social enterprise. In UK, they call it CIC, Community Interest Company, and in US, they call it Low Profit Limited Liability Company, L3C. So this is same in UK as CIC and in US L3C. So we come back to the social business type 1, investors not getting any profit or dividend in the from the money gain, and the profit is used to grow the business or add more product to the business. Okay, the concept of social business is different from the social enterprise. Okay, type 2 they can take the money that they profited to sustain their life, their living. However, the concept of social business is different from social enterprise, when social business did not allow donors to take any profit or dividend from that social business. But in social enterprise, yes, the investors can take dividend from the business profit. Okay. Okay, what about the social business type 2? Social business type 2 is referred to businesses run by poor people where the income earned from the business are not considered surplus or dividends. So this is because the generation of a continuous income to their owners pursued a social goal behind creating a social business itself. So the income earned are not considered surplus or dividend, but the income owned is for they to sustain their own living, to use for their own family members, to buy food, to pay bills. Okay. So Thompson defines social enterprise as businesses with the primary objective of all the relevant social and surplus reinvested into the business to benefit targeted social, and motives are not driven to maximize profit for shareholders and owners. So Social Enterprise Coalition defines social enterprises as a business that trades to tackle social problems, improve communities, people's life chances, or the environment. So this is social enterprise. Just now we discussed about social business type 1 and social business type 2. Now I am explaining what is the meaning of social enterprise. So as I said just now, the definition given by Thompson, okay, defines social enterprise as a business with the primary objective of all relevant social and surplus reinvested into the business to benefit targeted social. So the motive are not driven to maximize profit for shareholders and owners, but it is more on the benefit of the society, whereby a business that trades to tackle social problem, improve communities, people's life chances, and also the environment. So the company is a social entity that emphasizes the social element of the objective, while its main activities involve trading activities of goods or services. So in UK, for example, social enterprise has emerged as an important sector of the economy, where there are a total of more than 500,000 social enterprise in United Kingdom. Maybe the current is more than 500,000, which contributed around £60 billion to the economy per year and provide employment to more than 1.5 million people in UK. So looking at this, social enterprise is growing, stably growing in that can contribute more to the society and the people that have no job. So social enterprise is the same with other business entity. However, social enterprise is different in terms of operation and how things were done with the profit. So among the varieties of social enterprise is to provide employment opportunities to those who have dropped out of employment, while invest in community project as well, protecting the environment and providing services to the less fortunate. So Cas and Page states that social enterprise is an entity that adopt private business to restore the social needs of the community. So that is the key word of the social enterprise. They want to restore back the social needs of the community. So they do not take as the profit as number one, but whatever the profit earn is to give back to the community, give back to the society in terms of what? In terms of the employment opportunities, yang invest in community project, protecting the environment and the poor, providing services to the less fortunate people in the society. So this is a growing the growing bigger, growing strong in United Kingdom, especially, and also United States. And I think in Malaysia also we are growing well known about the social enterprise, but still not so many enterprise companies, or not so many business owner or business entity, and we don't have a real, I mean, core project that looking on the social enterprise, social entrepreneur in Malaysia so far. Okay, specific terms such as Community Interest Company, CIC, and the Low Profit Limited Liability Company, L3C, is the title for the entity that operates within the scope of the concept of social enterprise. So L3C company refers to its social entity that apply in the context of the United States, while the terms of CIC is similar to the concept used in the context of the United Kingdom. So another important feature of social enterprise is that it could distribute a reasonable return to investors with preferential terms, not to ignore the social goals. So the investors also can have their own dividends. So permission to distribute dividend prices aim at attracting investors to remain invested and ensures the availability of long-term funds to finance companies and social programs. So on the other hand, there are no limitation on the dividend issued to investors in a social enterprise. So in the social enterprise, the investors also can receive dividends as a normal business. So the last slide on the characteristic of social business and social enterprise, what the difference and what's the similarity. So objective, social business, a non-dividend company created to solve a social problem, and social enterprise, a dividend paid company created to solve a social problem. So from the operation cost, social business generate its own revenues to cover its costs, while social enterprise also same, it generate its own revenues to cover its costs as well. Profit distribution on the social business, investors will not be able to profit from an investment in the business, but in social enterprise, investors are able to make profit from an investment in the business from dividend payment. Social elements in the social business, helping the poor and not no profit gain, but helping for the social enterprise, they helping the poor while doing the profit for the business. Impact to the society. In social business, it provides employment opportunities to those who do not have permanent income, and in social enterprise, it provides employment opportunities to everyone that have no job or jobless. So I think that is more or less my elaboration on topic 6 on the concept of social business. And further queries and further discussion on this topic, I will be conducted in the lecture after this. So you just prepare any question that you do not understand, and you can ask me in the lecture after this. Okay, with that, I end my class for today with Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh.